Cody Jackson here, Arm Militia. We're headed to Mr. Todd Hart's house. Arm Militia brothers are up there. We're gonna hold hands. Now we're gonna get some work in, get stronger. So what that consists of is we're going to take turns. So I'll grip up with one person. We'll stay together for about 15 to 20 minutes, maybe a little less than that, until one of us gets tired, and then maybe we may take a break and then grip up with somebody different. Get the feel of some different angles, and because you have hook pullers and top rollers. Get the feel where you're weak at. So you never know on the day. I've been working out pretty hard, so I may be one of the weaker ones there today. So y'all stay tuned. See what we can get into. By the way, went over a pretty good bit of carnivore stuff. Don't forget that the fat is more efficient than carbs. Your stamina is going to be a lot better because you already have the energy on your body. Most of us carry 20% or less of fat on our body. Some people more, but that's even better. You got, you start losing some of that. It motivates you to stay in your diet. I just wanted to add that in there. The better stamina you're going to have because you already have the energy on your body. I figured that might be a helpful tip. Stay on your carnivore diet. Stay strong. Alright guys, let's go in here and see what the crew's up to. Let y'all meet them. The goal today is to tear each other down and recover, eat, sleep, get stronger, so we can be a better version of ourselves. Y'all know Hollis here.
Hey, I'm getting warmed up still, man.
This is Todd Hart, another part of the Arm Militia. I know Brian, champ over there. Oh, but he's got all kinds of medallions. Mario, bring him in way stronger than he's ever been. Big E. Stay tuned. Gonna be a lot of grunting and screaming and.
You gotta go Hollis away. Right here. That's perfect. Right there. Ready, go. And my ribs were bent back on the go.
You got lucky. I'm hitting this down.
Woo! Ready, go.
Where's that hit at though? Where's the hit at?
My wrist. Ready, go. Another one. It's feeling good because we've been going heavy for a while. Yeah. Ready, go. Ready, go.
Let me hard.
Come towards Cody. Right there. Ready, go. Oh, man.
Right. Go with him, straight into it.
Reverse seat. So when he goes, use his momentum. Yes, and roll to the back of the head. Yeah. You're burying your elbow and you're trying to catch him just with pronation.
Don't change nothing, Brian.
Ready, go.
Now look, listen. Don't go backward seat. Yeah. Like this. Just grunt down on top of his. Don't let him press you. Let's go.
Ready, go. It's pushing all off the back.
You can progress on up and weight in this thing.
Yeah. Now when you get done, watch how your thumb feels.
It's getting
Now feel your thumb.
Oh, I can already see it.
You see what I'm saying? So like little like that, I study. That's just how I am.
This is really what practice.
I don't see
This is
anybody
really
like
what practice is about.
But like
Showing each other stuff
biggest thing
that
is
brought up your weaknesses and
everything else is great.
workouts that helped
But
you,
like,
in certain
if you have a more dominant
certain parts of your arm or body or whatever you need to strengthen on. Brotherhood.
And that was my go-to now when I got my mind. Press, man, and I can't. There's nothing I can do about that in my wrestling. Until they cut it out. It's ended up my spine. Yeah. It hurts tomorrow. Like it's just rough.
Yeah, you're doing what you do.
When we got up there,
This is a secret arm wrestling move called the jack.
Yeah.
I know exactly what it takes.
I was thinking about taking
So when we left,
Your fist in my
we
face
went
stop.
out to a hook because he was so strong in his stuff. Right. And I was trying to go sideways and tired of his fingers.
So when we got here and we was in the pool, we was just, I went a couple times and I was like, oh shit. Yeah, I'm not doing it. And then I brought my shoulder forward and I started pushing on my bone. He didn't like this.
Oh.
And I finally, I felt it.
Barella was the same way. Like we got in the hook war, and we were back and forth like this, right? And what I realized is when I came back one time and I got up on this part of his arm a little more, I didn't feel any pressure. And I was like, oh,
It took his hand.
yeah. I was like, what's this? And I stayed there, and that's how I beat him.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go over for like new people about different angles, pressures, different movements, pronation, hook, up pressure, back pressure, those type of things. So you know what we're talking about when we say it or we're explaining something we did.
All right, so first we'll talk about back pressure. Exactly like it sounds, you can think of it as a static hammer curl, and we're trying to get our elbow to the back of the pad while not compromising the height in our hand and not compromising this angle right here. So we don't want to do back pressure like this right here. My hand has not moved, my shoulder is completely separated from my arm, I don't have any connection to my body, and you want to avoid that. So good back pressure should look like this right here. It's not going to look like that if the other person is trying, but just something to keep in mind, this is back pressure. After that, we have up pressure, which is where typically we want to come to the back of the pad with back pressure, kind of want to come forward and get height with your hand. This is a great move for top rollers or people like to be in a high hook, like this right here. Back pressure, up pressure. Just because you start with up pressure, we'll say, that doesn't mean that back pressure is not still on the menu. But you're just trying to get good hand position however you get it. You can compromise someone's hand by coming to the back with just good static back pressure, or you can get height that hopefully dump their wrist and then get good position there. This is a terrible position for Cody right here, so he's either going to have to run and try to get a cup, flare the wrist out so he can get more connection to his body, or he's just going to have to completely slip out and go for the strap to get a restart and a better position hopefully.
Leverage is helping you in both of those positions.
Typically, if you're a top roller or a hand-dominant arm wrestler, you want to maybe stay out of the strap because your whole goal is to compromise their hand, to get a better position, get high into their hand, to where it breaks back. They can only defend with the tip of the fingers right there. And once I'm here, if I can keep him, I'm in a great position. He's going to have to be exceptionally stronger than me in order to do something. He can go for what you're seeing right now is a flop press, where he's compromised and he just starts surging sideways. He pushes the shoulder forward and surges sideways, and all he wants to do is either slip or get me down to here. Heavy side pressure move right there. And we'll talk about those pressures here in just a second. But so if I, as typically a hook puller, I want to be in here, I want to be completely supinated, and I want to protect my hand and hide it from him because he is a hand-dominant, top-rolling style arm wrestler. So I come in and I get here supinated, then I can kind of do whatever I want because my hand is protected. If I stay up here with Cody, as you can see, he doesn't run out of fingers. They're about this long. So I don't want to try to fight him up top because he's going to get the better of me every day of the week. That's what we're going to see, is height. He posts up, he gets his hand up over mine, and I am compromised. I lose my rise, hand comes down, and now I'm just along for the ride. He's in charge. Back to the whole slipping versus staying in just a grip. I want to be in a strap versus Cody because I cannot win this hand fight. He's going to get the better of me, so I'm probably going to either shoot out and do what we call a reverse C, run away from his hand while dumping my rise and just letting it all go. At this point, we would be in a strap, and once we're strapped up, it's exactly like it sounds. We cannot get away from each other. There's like this much movement in the strap, and if we're in the strap, I don't have to worry about him hopefully peeling me back, getting over on top of my hand like so. It just helps me stay in the match a little bit better. Unfortunately, Cody is just as strong in the strap, so it doesn't help a whole lot, but it does give me at least a chance. So now we'll talk about pronation. So pronation is obviously the opposite of supination. Supination, pronation. So pronate, when I'm fully pronated, I should be looking at the back of my hand. And this is used in arm wrestling by breaking someone's wrist back. That's hopefully what happens. A lot of times what happens is he'll start flaring his wrist out and defending that hand like so, and now pronation has gotten really, really hard, but you've got to keep it. You've got to keep your pronation. If you don't keep your pronation, you're going to end up in a hook, and he's going to be in a better situation. He's going to smash me across that table. So keep the pressure, keep the pronation, and just hopefully bring it on down. So now we'll kind of talk about hook and supination. Supination is the act of doing this with your hand. So I want to be looking at my palm. At this point, my arm is fully supinated. And so how that applies in an arm wrestling situation is it hides my hand. It now, in order to get, if he wants to top roll me, he's got a long way around to get out of my hand. And so at this point, I can just use minimal pressure in the fingers. I'm using more pressure to keep my wrist cupped over. And here, it's more of a side pressure battle. So side pressure is the act of just going sideways. You're going to feel the pressure right in here. This enough, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. There's a twinge, a big old tendon right there, and it holds the load. So in order to get into that position right here, it's just, I want to do this right here. There's a couple ways to get there. So you can just cup and stay close. You can do one of the things I like to do, which is shoulder roll, where we're starting in an even position. They say ready, go, and I shoot forward like so in order to cup. So at this point, I'm just going to start side pressuring. I'm just going to go sideways. And if you look, this is a great moment for everybody who says, oh, that's not arm wrestling, you're using your body. Well, could you imagine if somebody went out there and pitched a baseball like this right here? So how exciting would that be? It's not. We stopped doing that in Little League. Arm wrestling is all about keeping this angle right here, keeping this distance from your shoulder, and keeping everything locked. Ideally, your body does all the movement and your hand stays with your body. If you ever watch somebody warm up before a tournament, you're going to see them doing this, elbow sliding back and forth across the pad. This is what good arm wrestling looks like. Once he tries, and if he's a really strong guy, that kind of breaks down. But that's what good arm wrestling should look like, is just coming straight over, body doing all the work, slipping the edge of the table right here with my arm. If I put my arm right here, that's it. Shoulder won't move anymore. Now I'm stuck. Now I'm going to push and probably break my arm. So I want to be slipping the table and pin it. Side pressure can be activated anywhere. I can be out here and start trying to push sideways. You got to be incredibly strong to do that. Good arm wrestling, you should be looking at your wrist at all times, or at least have your head in a position so that it can still see it. If my eyes can still see my wrist and the grip, that means I can still open up more. I can still open up more and not risk hurting myself. Now, as soon as I turn like so, and he starts going sideways, I've got nothing. My shoulder's committed. What's going to happen here is he's probably going to do a fracture in my arm right here with a small break, and that's real bad. I've seen this happen in this position because people are not pulling. They're pushing. It's the same concept right here. If I'm looking away, I'm just pushing. I'm not pulling, and I'm going to have a bad day. The thing is, it's not on the other person to keep me safe. It's up to me. If I wanted to, I could go push against the wall and do the same kind of damage to myself. You don't do that. Why would you do it on the arm wrestling table? Keep good positions, keep good shoulder position, and keep your eyes on your wrist.
What is it, 10 to 15 pounds? That's all it takes to break that bone. That's 10 to 15 pounds. That's for an unseasonal arm wrestler that has not fractured. We fracture our bones every time we do this, and they heal back stronger. If you haven't been in this 4 to 5 years, you don't need to be testing your frame.
The whole test your frame thing, if you want to, you can look up Devin Larrett, test your frame, and you'll see this man doing stuff like this right here against good arm wrestlers. This is the worst position you can ever imagine being in, but he's been doing this for 25 years or something like that. He's pretty strong everywhere he needs to be, and his bones are good and strong. They can take it. A new arm wrestler, that is absolutely not a good idea. And you can do the same thing when you do stuff like this. You fall down for the King's move. You have no connection. All he's got to do is go that way. And something's got to give. And more than likely, it's going to be the bone before it's your arm doing this.
Yeah, I'll go again for sure. Yeah, I definitely know where I'm weak though. My hip and back is it's not there. You're starting to match me up. I'm gonna try to just
Don't go sideways.
flop into my wrist a little bit more.
When you're hitting, you're only hitting to the side. You're not hitting back. I have a problem with that too. That's why you're getting caught in the hook.
Yep. Go!
Right there.
So why do that right there?
What's that?
What you're doing?
We slip.
They slipped.
Okay.
So pretty much when you slip like that, this makes it to where the next round, there's no slipping. They're going to be literally like attached to each other. So when you're putting the strap on like this, a lot of times it's going to benefit the stronger individual unless you know how to manipulate the strap.
The strap don't lie, is the saying, unless I lose.
You want to
Ready to go!
See, the strap does lie sometimes.
Ready to go!
Straighten your knee out. I'm seeing your wrist go back like so, and that's a legal starting position. So when he straightens you out, you move that just a little bit, just a little bit.
Which mine is? Right there.
We're good. Looks good.
Ready to go! Go! Go, stay tight, guys.
What's the purpose of this?
Well, this is they're breaking each other down. That way they can fill up and be stronger. The different angles that they both bring to each other helps them when they compete against somebody else. So maybe they feel that same lane. They strengthen those tendons that they're using. You know, this is like going to the gym for us and breaking down our muscles and making them bigger. We're breaking down tendons and muscles, and we're making ourselves stronger. To me, this is the best way to build yourself up at arm wrestling, is finding a bunch of different guys that do a bunch of different things, and you learn different pressures. This is our martial arts right here. All right, who wants some?
I don't know. Told you. If he just stands there and doesn't do anything, I'm incredible.
Ready to go.
Cody's staying he's staying in his back pressure a whole lot right now, making Brian kind of come to him, and it's making Brian work a lot harder. So ultimately, it's going to help Brian in the end, though. It's going to make him efficient. If you'll put it on Cody there, he's pulling into Brian's fingers right now, putting all of his back pressure in there. It's really forcing Brian to come forward and work.
So just finished up with practice, guys. We put a good beating on each other. We're all tore up, muscles tore down. We're going to do some recovery stuff. Probably gonna head over to Mario's house. He's got all the equipment over there. But make sure y'all like, subscribe, leave us a comment. You know, if you want to see us do some lifts. Arm Militia, stay strong, guys. Jesus first. Love you guys.